And live? Yep, live.
Loki's heading down the hill to pick up his favorite meal. Drip coffee and a piece of toast. When it comes to coffee,
I'll eat it.
he drinks the most. He's heading
Follow.
for a treat,
Get that number to 40.
and he'll get there on his own 2 feet. One step, 2, 3, 4. 2 steps, 2, 3, 4. 3 steps, 3, 4. 4 steps, 4. High fives in the parking lot. Ties his shoes with a double knot. High fives in the parking lot. Ties his shoes with a double knot. High fives in the parking lot. Loki is at Founder's Park. He does the loop, he sees the art. The coffee's kicking in. He'll be up well past dark, but until then, it's high fives in the parking lot. Ties his shoes with a double knot. High fives in the parking lot. Ties his shoes with a double knot. High fives in the parking lot. Ties his shoes with a double knot. High fives in the parking lot. Ties his shoes with a double knot. Ties his shoes with a double knot. Ties his shoes with a double knot.
Nodders. I changed the little on-screen chat thing because I could not see it in the clean mode, to be honest. So I was having to switch over to Twitch anyways, so I changed it to the block style. That's so much more readable to me and my bad old man eyes. Anyway, I have a variety of things I want to do today. First off, in typical manner, I got a Target order today and have some Ascended Hero booster packs. No, other than I know Tag has the card. I know Tag has the card. Let me just double check real quick. I checked yesterday, and the only thing I could 100% confirm is that they have my card. That they definitely have it. Let's see. Tag grading. Boop, 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 boop. Checking my profile. My order. It's still being graded. The grading, yeah, it is. I guess they're on giga back order, because here's the thing. The premium plan for the high value cards that like I got that included $1,000 insurance for the card in every portion of the thing was also supposed to involve 5-day grading turnaround. It's been 12 days since they told me they got it. So they're really slammed. I don't necessarily blame them because the difference in graded cards and ungraded cards is insane. So, like, an example is I was talking about that Reshiram, right? That Reshiram we opened. Let's see. Ends Reshiram. Is this the one? La 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 la. No, this is not the right one. Ends Reshiram. Journey Together. I think this is the one. Yes. Okay, like, so we'll just... This is why it's so backed up. Oh, wait, I don't have... this... window capture. And... No. Display capture. Here we go. This is why it's so backed up. So here is the difference in low sale like volume. I think at a certain point it'll be worth sending them an email just to confirm it's all good. I did. That's what I did. Like, I sent them an email to confirm that it's all good. That's what I did. And then after, and then, like, they told me where I can check on my profile for the status of the order, which I didn't know I could do. But that's what I did. I checked via email. So this is an example of, and this is PSA, and at this point, tags are going for higher than PSAs from what I'm seeing for a lot of cards. So this is that card that I said we got from Journey Together that looks to me like a 10. Ungraded, this thing is a $15 card. Graded, it's like $150. So grading this card 10x's the value if you get a 10. And these are honestly, like, this is being skewed by a string of low sales. Like, previous sales are much closer to 150. And if we look at if you look at historics for Pokemon cards, any card that has any type of fandom that looks good is going to get an absolute boatload of value increase once the card leaves print too. So this is a card that I think is probably going to get a boatload of value increase because it looks great. And Journey Together, the set it's from, is underhyped. It's underhyped to hell and back. Like, everyone was like, Journey Together sucks. No one buy Journey Together. The cards aren't even worth money. Who doesn't want a set if the cards aren't worth money? And because of that, the graded cards, like the big hitter graded cards for Journey Together, have really low populations. Which means they're actually going to be worth more money than other sets when they rotate out. But anyway. That's why there's a big backlog. Pokemon is kind of like at a really high popularity boost right now. The most recent sets have been really fire. It has to do with it, along with social media things that have to do with it. And they made the biggest hits in sets so hard to get that getting a lot of them is like winning the lottery. They're 1 in like 1,000 packs, which basically means the inherent cost risk for opening them is like $5,000, which inherently means they have to be worth a lot. Yeah, telling people not to buy the set was a psyop. Right now, this is what's crazy. The entire Journey Together set, like if you were to buy one of every card in the set, just raw, would cost you $550 right now. $550 to buy one of every card in the set. raw. Just the fucking Charizard I sold, which I sold for 80%, mind you. Like, I sold it for less than it was worth just to move it faster. Because I didn't give a shit. I just wanted the money. Because I also think that card is overhyped and its value is too high. So I was like, I'm gonna sell it now. But just that Charizard is worth more than the entire Journey Together set. What? It's just wild. Anyway, we got 10 booster packs of Ascended Heroes to open. The big hit from Ascended Heroes is worth $1,200, and it's a Gengar. It's also overhyped. It's not as overhyped as the Charizard. The Charizard's giga overhyped because the Charizard is like a 1 in 400 packs. And is like almost worth as much as the Gengar. The Gengar is like 1 in 1,400 packs. So at least there's a reason the Gengar is valuable. It's hard as shit to pull. Anyway, Pack Wench. What art is that? We'll do... Oh, wait, they're all the same art, actually. They do not have different arts on Ascended Heroes. Energy. Cynthia's Gibble. Out of Focus Wormpole. That's a cute Wormpole.
You want to say the names?
Oh, Raboot. Sneasel. Anthe and Concordia. I don't know who those characters are. Team Rocket's Doug Trio. The full art Doug Trio. Team Rocket's Doug Trio is great. Ens Darmanitan. We have 4,000 of these. Oh, by the way, just to throw it in here, if we get our follower count to 40 on Twitch, I'm eating Munkidori, and then I will eat another Munkidori for every single 10 followers we get over the 40. We have a lot of Munkidoris. I could eat them into the thousands, I think. Curlia. Camerupt. Full Art Sprigatito EX. I didn't bring sleeves over here, actually. If Gabby's Pack Wench, does that make Loki Stream Bitch? Yes. I am Stream Bitch. This is very cute. I don't know this Pokemon. I'm sure because this is just a plain back EX that this isn't, or full art EX, this probably isn't worth a lot. Let's see. Price. Dex. What is Munkidori? You know what? That's a good question. What is Munkidori? So, Munkidori is a little psychic monkey, like ninja monkey, I guess. He's very weird. The reason I said I'll eat him is because we have like 40 of these. He exists, so this card, this exact card with the same art, exists in like 5 different sets we've opened. I'm not even being dramatic here. He exists in like 5 sets we've opened. And because of that, we've opened him like, I think, probably 5+ times per set that we've opened. And we've opened like 8 different sets. So I'm like not fucking around when I say we have, I think, 30+ Munkidoris. Okay. Sprigatito is a $4 full art, which is really hard to see, but even though this card is simple, this is a cute as fuck card, and it has like that, I think they call it fingerprint, fingerprint hollow, so it has like little ridge hollows on it, and on top of that, it has little leaf patterns in the background to the hollow. This is a simple, cool card. I think it's very pretty. I'm assuming you want the green kitty. No. You're not into the green kitty? What's the macros on a Pokemon card? Two calories. 0 fat. 1 gram of carbs. Don't look at me like that. Open your pack, pack wench. So damn mean. I probably will. That's if the ink doesn't poison me. Pokemon goes out of their way to have, like, incredibly Get in focus! Erica's Tangela. Pokemon goes out of its way to have an incredibly hard to copy printing process. Noibat. Like, apparently if you zoom in on cards, Totodile. If you zoom in on cards, the ink specks are actually hexagonal and hollow with a spherical dot inside the hexagonal dot. Pokepad. Cynthia's Spirit Bomb.
You didn't read that, right?
Cynthia's Spirit... Oh, it's not Spirit Bomb. Spirit Tomb. Team Rocket's Mimikyu. Vivavolt.
Try again.
Vikavolt. I'm allergic to hexagons, so I'd avoid it. Carkol. Salandite. Is this our first Carkol?
There's no E at the end of that.
Salandite.
There's no E at the end of it.
Salandit?
Yes. Oh.
Hey!
Another one
Not
is...
the Gengar, but that Gengar I think is still... Even though it's just an EX, Gengars are for no reason worth money. Let's see. It's a dark type. Yeah, $2.64. And it's just a regular EX. But the cool thing about regular EXs and them actually looking good is these are the cool cards you play with. The full arts are the ones you put on display. These are the ones you play the game with. Basic Energy. Ralts. Rylu.
Try again.
No, I'm right. It's Rylu.
It's Riolu.
The second vowel makes the I say I.
Then Riolu.
Ryolu. Volabi? No. Viulabi.
It's Vulture and Lullaby.
Yeah, but those words... Why is it Lullaby? Is it a sound-based Pokemon? Volabi?
Because it's a baby.
Volabi.
Yeah.
Ethan Slugma. Canary. Who is this character?
She's from the new ZA game.
Hops Cramorant. Cramorant.
No, you got it.
Blur. Erica's Gloom. Beautifly. I think it's our first shiny Beautifly. The best part of pack openings is Loki and Gabby fighting about how to pronounce made-up words. Right?
Yep.
Made-up words. Team Rocket's Doug Trio.
Joke's on you. All words are made up.
Pedantry. Lunatone. I didn't know Lunatone was even in this set. I actually really love the Sun and Moon Rock Pokemons. I think they're cool. You're made up. Yeah, that's right. You're made up. Shiny Energy. Ends Daramaka. Mega Sigil.
That does not say
Oh,
sigil.
Signal.
Your bread.
Roly Coly.
Hold on, I'll turn that on. Please pause while we pull bread out of the oven. Thank you.
And now the bread cools for up to an hour. Bread check is required for stream. Roly Coly. Pikachu. That's a really nice regular Pikachu art. Team Rocket's Petrol. Erica's Weeping Bell. Prism Energy. Chikorita. Salandite.
It.
Slandit. Specterior.
Spectrier.
Spectrier. My Little Self-Harm.
You can't say that!
Why?
You'll-
It's an emo pony. Larry's Komala. Galarian Zigzagoon. Metacham. Dratini. Haunter. Vikavolt. Forest of Vitality. There's a full art Forest of Vitality that looks sick as fuck. But it's not in this set. It's actually in the Perfect Order set. Team Rocket's Proton. Shiny Golduck. Beautiful Golduck art, by the way. Whoa. Whoa. That's one of the action cards. All the action cards look great. They're called something specifically. $11 card. $11 card. They're called something specifically, but I can't remember what they're called, so I just call them action cards. Yeah. Chime.
This is one of my biases, Pokemon.
There's quite a few of the action cards I would love to have. I think that's one of them. I think the only 3 that I really want other than that is actually, this one, of course, the Hawlucha, right? The Dragonite, and the Scraffy. Okay, good hit. Weirdly enough, the action arts are all lower value than the regular full arts. Charmander. Team Rocket's Diglett. Tool Scrapper. Psyduck. Thick Scale. Croconaw? Is this our first Croconaw?
I think so.
That's crazy. Beautifly. Snowrunt.
Baby!
Helioptile.
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 Mine.
Iona's. Is it Iona or Leona?
It's,
Is it an I or an L?
it's an I.
Iona's Kilowattrel. Whoa. This is a different kind of shiny. Are there Master Ball shinies in this?
Is this a love ball?
Wait, are there Love Ball shinies?
It's of the Golduck.
Water, right?
Yeah. Pokeball foil. I guess it's just called a Pokeball foil.
That is definitely not just a Pokeball. Somehow less valuable than the reverse holo, though. Than the regular reverse holo. I didn't realize we had Pokeball holos. Wait, look, everyone has a different... That's a different Pokeball, so it's by type. Green energy. So the reverse has a Team Rocket symbol.
Okay.
Grass energy. This one has the Pokeball again. This one's a fighting energy. This one is the Pokeball. I didn't notice that. They're all the reverses are stamped with different things. Basic leaf energy.
I don't need to read that.
Ends vanillish. Skitty. To Pig. Erica's Bellsprout. Pignite. I think that's our first Pignite.
It's not.
Carbink. Heliolisk. Togekiss. That's definitely our first Togekiss. Miss Magius.
Mine.
Spectrier. What is the Miss Magius? There's Munkadori in this set, too. Pokeball foil, 28 cents.
I don't think. I guess this is the Pokeball foil.
Yeah, because it would show the psychic stamp instead. Energy. Riolu. Volabi. Ethan Slugma. Buddy Buddy Poffin. Charmeleon. Boss's Orders. Ends Pee-Pee Up. Metacham. Larry's Staraptor. Miss Magius. So why are the Pokeball foils worth so much less on some of these than regular reverses or holos? I don't know if I want someone else's. Right? It is interesting that, like, there are Pokemon who are a specific trainer's Pokemon. That's been true for the card game since forever that I can remember. Energy. Cascoon. Scorbunny. Surfer. Snom. Lilia's determination.
There's no at the end.
Lily's determination. Cynthia's Spiritomb. Team Rocket's Mimikyu. Carkol. Vikavolt. King Gambit. I don't think... Have we gotten this card? It's such a weird art.
Last pack. Very last one.
Last pack, Superpower. Ends Vanillite. Team Rocket's Execute. Salandit. Chikorita. Noivern. Canary. Golduck. Camerupt. Helioptile. Team Rocket's Honchkrow. Honestly, pretty bum-ass rate right there. I would expect at least one more full art, but we did pull a super sick full art. And let's actually just examine it. It looks pretty clean. Top heavy. This one's top heavy. The Mega Dancia looks so sick, actually, though. Yeah, at least Gabby got her favorite card. I think there's actually only one other full art card she wanted as much in this set. If I'm gonna make a guess here.
Let me see.
Now, so my biggest chase is actually Beautifly Dusk Talks, and because they're actually so, like, not expensive, I think I might just buy these.
Keep going. Keep going. Ham.
The full art Heliolisk.
I want it so bad. And then...
We already got Meryl.
Mischievous. And the Banette.
The Banette. The Banette does look super sick. I was more thinking, like, the possibly higher hit cards, though, like, out of those.
And then...
I want them all wild real bad.
I know you do. Keep going. Dreepy and Dracloic.
Great card combo, actually.
I don't care about any trainers ever. Gengar would be sick as fuck.
I think Mega Frostlass.
Oh, I want Frostlass too. Yeah.
And then the full art Frostlass is also sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Gengar is sick too. I mean, I actually like all of these action cards. This one's definitely my favorite. This is my favorite of the action cards.
Then her.
The
Yes.
Mega Dancia.
Yeah, her. Her. Oh my god.
What? Look at the rate for this card for it to only be $63. This is a card that is truly, like, even though it's $63, just buy it. 1 in 1,500? That's insane.
And she's my girl. Do you see how beautiful she is?
But, like, I mean, I agree. This is a great looking card. But don't you also agree, like, at that point, 1,500 packs would be $7,000. You actually like that Gengar?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes.
I think it's mid, but it is $1,200. The Dragonite is gorgeous. I agree, the Dragonite is gorgeous. I don't even care about this Pokemon, but I think this art's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty alright.
A couple of these, like, $60 cards, though, that have 1,500 pack opens. Because that's the thing. All of these, like, super rare full arts have the same open rate. So you're just as likely to get the Gengar as you are to get the Mega Dancia or the Lily's Clefairy. Like, you are just as likely. You are just as likely to get any of these other full arts as you are to get the Gengar. So, like, in my opinion, any of these that are under $100, if you really want them, should just be an automatic buy. Because, like, okay, if you open a Pikachu, okay, $800 raw. Go sell that shit immediately. But if you just really want, for some reason, like, any one of these full arts right here, I think it's just way worth it to buy. And that's especially true for these, like, full arts that are still, like, 1 in 300 packs. But, like, it would be $11 for me to buy the Dusktox and the Beautifly. The only exception there is, like, if you want a graded version, and part of me, if you're going to order something online, kind of wants to get it graded, just because I know it's in good condition then. But if I'm getting it at a card show or a card shop, I'm willing to just buy it raw and save a bunch of money because I can look at it and examine the condition of the card myself. Oh! Speaking of which, I haven't shown this off yet. I got a graded card that I won in a bid. It is an Infernape Mint 9. Infernape is probably one of my favorite starters. And I think this art is sick. Very sick. I love this art. Yeah, I love this art so much. This is such a cool card. Now, there's always a chance that like, you know, things are kind of somewhat misgraded, especially by PSA. There's a kind of a meme that PSA, you're getting a grade that is dependent on how good your grader felt that day. But if I'm being real, I think even if, like, I think even if I sent this in, it would probably regrade a 9. Like, if I cracked this and sent this into, like, Tag or something, I think there's a good chance it would probably still grade a 9. And that's because it's not instantly noticeable. But I think he's top-heavy. I think he's top-heavy if you stare at it for a second. I think the top border is thicker than the bottom border. I also think the right border is thicker than the left border. So I think he's basically like this corner thicker, like on this top end and this side. I think they're thicker than their adjacent borders. And I think it's by enough that this is probably a deserved 9. Sometimes you'll get a PSA 9 and you'll look at it and go, oh, no. The grader was having a bad day. But part of me thinks this is probably a deserved 9. If I had like one of the centering tools, I'd maybe check it myself. Or if I had calipers or something. But I think visually you can kind of tell. But I fucking love this card, and I'm psyched that I got it. And Gabby thinks I'm a dork ass for liking the thing in the slab of plastic. She thinks it's lame. But she can go fuck herself because I like it. Especially since she has this now. And wouldn't you like a badass card like that slabbed?
No.
Really?
No, I want to get a binder that you will let me keep full card arts in because I want the full card arts that are precious to me.
Get there are binders made for top loaders.
Well, find me a cute binder.
Why don't you just shop for specific...
Because I tried, and the only thing I could find...
But that's not a top loader binder. For full, for hard sleeves, you need a top loader hard sleeve binder.
Find me an example, so I know what keywords on Amazon to look for.
I mean, you can like, if you can literally just do like card saver binder. And you can see in the pictures that this one has these specific card savers in the sleeves. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to get any of these in, like, I don't know, cute colors. I'm just not sure. You can get a Pokeball one, it looks like. But just, yeah, you could just look up card saver binders. Surely card graders are using micrometers to confirm border consistency. So here's the thing, PSA does not. PSA simply looks at your card and makes an eyeball judgment. So I believe the rule for PSA is they look at a card, and I think they have like 30 seconds to basically eyeball inspect it. It's bullshit. It's actually bullshit. I'm pretty sure they, with their naked eyes, look at it and go, looks like a 7. And I'm I think that's all they do. Like, because they won't even explain their grades. Like, they have a policy of not explaining their grades, which is crazy. Which is why I went with Tag, because Tag documents and explains every part of the grading process, and they machine analyze the card. So there is human grading standards involved too, but they also scan your card with precision instruments. They scan your card with precision instruments, and then like upload that to a card profile that anyone can view. Meanwhile, with PSA, you can look up a specific PSA card, but alls it does is just it has a front and back photo of it inside its thing and confirms its authenticity, so that you can look at it and make sure that the card with the card number or like with the cert number is the same card you're looking at, so people don't swap cards. So like that you don't get a 10 slab and then put like a not 10 in it. But that's really the only level of quality I feel like they're doing, or that I know they do it all. And as far as their grading goes, I'm pretty certain that they're doing very little, to be honest. Man, Ascended Hero is so new. I bet a lot of these cards actually don't even have graded versions. Yeah, okay, so like yeah, I'm planning on we're going to play the Bazaar tonight. Um Before, because I was like, I want to play a game that, I feel like doesn't get talked about enough for how good it is. We're just going to play a couple runs of the Bazaar, basically, to rep a game I really like. Before that, though, I want to talk about an almost entirely unrelated, pointless thing. So, big fan of the show Scrubs. Big fan of the show Malcolm in the Middle. Both of these shows just got revivals recently. And I watched the first couple episodes, or I watched all of the available episodes for both of these shows over the last couple weeks. And I've been thinking about them because one of them I really enjoyed so far, and one of them I thought was really, really derivative and bad, actually. Or not bad, that's too strong of a language. Derivatively boring instead of derivatively interesting. Like, a revival is supposed to be derivative in some ways, but there's derivative natures to it that are... I haven't watched Scrubs, but I like the Malcolm reboot. Well, we'll talk about it in a second. I'm gonna throw this trash away real quick. Also, bread. 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 No, it's just a Dutch oven loaf. It's just regular bread. Not sourdough. Okay. So I am going to start by talking about Scrubs because it has more episodes out. And I want to say right away, I was looking at these scores for the episodes just right before stream because I was about to talk about these off the cuff and I was like, what do other people think? And then this made me even actually more mad. So Scrubs is a very long series. And this, so far, I think, has been a very bad show. I'm going to say that I do not understand these 8 scores or this 9 score for the newest episode even a little bit. I can, like, maybe say, okay, these are just, like, fine episodes, because they're not terribly offensive. We don't acknowledge the last couple seasons of the first run. Like, the first reboot, Scrubs. Is this, oh, it looks... That does look like it is big enough for... Does it say it's for top loader card album? Anime art? Okay, it's a top loader, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's for card savers. It just means the cards load from the top. Because these are also sometimes called top loaders, so it can't be a top loader binder, but a binder for top loaders. Or specifically, you could look up this brand to make sure, which are called card savers. It looks like it might be. I just don't know definitively because there's nothing next to it for scale. The last season of the OG Scrubs where JD left and was a bunch of new med students. Yeah, we just pretend that shit didn't happen, basically. And here's the thing, like... Let me look up let me look up the... I think it's on here. Let me look what the previous... what they call it, Scrubs interns, I guess. So this is how people received Scrubs interns, which I guess I didn't realize they had offshooted as their own thing. This is how they received that series. And I want to say that this new series is exactly the fucking same as this one. Like, exactly the same, but people are just, like, willing to give it more of a... an up. Here's the thing. This one, to me, is better. This one, to me, is better than this one. Because they actually have a more dynamic cast of fucking, like, new side characters. And they tried to have the main cast actually be somewhat, like, different and grown up. And instead, to make sure that the show is completely and totally derivative of the first series, to make sure that the revival is completely derivative in the worst kind of way, they regress any growth that characters like JD could have by having him, once again, be just a goofy bachelor. Except now, it's kind of fucking sad, because he's like 60. And he's like, immediately in the first, like, couple seasons, chasing around what looks like a 30-year-old woman. But hey, I guess that's par for the course for Zach Braff. So, I guess he just wanted to play himself. I don't understand, like, at all, the dynamic they chose, or why they chose to try and degress the characters so they wouldn't have to iterate on those characters' development and growth at all. The only character in this show who is displayed as growing even a smidgen to having changed in what is supposed to be, I think, like, 18 years or something since the end of the like, when did the fucking last, 2009, and this one, so yeah, like, it's been 15 years, at least. Character development kind of seems important when you've done big time jumps, at least with main characters. Yeah, and even if you're going to maintain core character flaws, I'm not saying characters need to emerge as flawless pinnacle beings after they've had an entire series of growth and now they're perfect. No, they can have core character flaws, but their character flaws shouldn't be centered around the exact same structures that were present and supposedly solved previously. It's aggravating to watch JD and I actually can't remember her character's name. Her. I don't know why I can't remember her character's name. Elliot, yeah. I don't understand why JD and Elliot have to have completely degressed and removed literally all character development outside of doctorial status. The only thing that is different about these characters is that they're of higher status now. Elliot is still overly shrewd and judgmental and hasn't learned seemingly at all. JD is still like kind of a womanizer and is still airheady to the which, like, you can keep the airheady. That is kind of a core flaw that's not harmful in a way that he should have lost. But he's a womanizer, airhead, immature guy who's like 60 now, who didn't gain any new abilities. He was a great doctor before, and he's still a great doctor. He was a great teacher before, and he's still a great teacher. So it's like, he literally didn't gain or lose anything, except he's single now. He is so crazy boring. JD in this show is so unfucking believably boring. He just, like, is there. He is just there. And they need it. Like, honestly, they should have, and I'm gonna, when I talk about Malcolm in the Middle, which I very much liked, should have done something that Malcolm in the Middle did with JD. Which they did in Interns, which was have basically a JD replacement, someone else that now portions, if not entirely, portions of the show are told through the eyes of in the same internal monologue
JD
style.
Could have been the new Dr. Cox, but like a JD version.
Yeah, like, if anything, we could have had JD have new character flaws at form. But Turk is the only interesting character, and Turk is the character who developed a new character flaw. He's developed pessimism. He's been broken down by 20 years of watching patients do the same, go against their advice, and him having to slowly, save people on the brink, only to watch them slowly put themselves back into the same situation. That's that's negative character development, but it's still interesting, and it's understandable, because you also get to reflectively go, oh, this is why Dr. Cox is the way he is. He was broken down, and he needed a bright-eyed, talented new person who had an optimistic eye, like JD, to pull him out of the state of pessimism and darkness. If you were going to have something derivative, if you were going to have something that mirrored the original, you should have had, while at the core the same people, you should have had JD and Turk both be more beaten down by 20 years of practicing. And this show should reflect real life more. When Scrubs premiered, it was an America pre the Affordable Care Act, which a lot of people our age might not remember a lot of, and it's hard to believe because healthcare is so fucking bad in this country, but healthcare was worse. It was way worse. And by the time Scrubs ended, we got the Affordable Care Act. So in the in-between, we got to see things get better, and then things get much worse again. And we're currently in the getting much worse. So, if we were going to also, because one of the things that made Scrubs really, really relatable to watch was not just the sitcom-y nature, but how these relatable sitcom-y characters also delved into real life and manipulated the medical system to try and help people that they knew it was fucking, to try and go against the machine. An entire pivotal, attrition point early on in Scrubs was JD siding with Dr. Cox, who was willing to get in trouble if it meant helping patients anyways, instead of going with, what's his name? I
remember him as Evil Bastard Man.
The old guy. Yeah, I don't remember his name. The old guy who ran the hospital in the original series. I don't remember his name. But
we're out of olive oil?
Maybe? Maybe we have another bottle somewhere, but I'm not sure. Bob Kelso. Thank you. Bob Kelso. That was a very pivotal early point, and it never ended. It always had to be that even sometimes when Bob Kelso wanted to help the patients in spite of the machinery of this horrible soul-consuming entity that is healthcare, sometimes he would have to, while still playing the bad guy, turn a blind eye to allow people like JD, Turk, Elliot, and most often Dr. Cox to skirt the system. In the interim between that show ending and this show starting, you could have very much had an explanation of why a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Turk and JD are now themselves becoming jaded and pessimistic, but because they got to not only live through a period of optimism where things that they fought for were getting better, but then also are now currently watching it get worse. Also, these characters would have lived through one of the most important fucking, worldwide medical things of our lifetimes, the COVID pandemic, where they watched the atrophied American medical system get pushed to its fucking limits and explode. None of these things have influenced these characters. These characters have virtually not grown, except for Turk, and only in the first 2 episodes. I don't know, because they don't bring it up. This show might not even be in our world. Because they also haven't focused on insurance as a component of healthcare even once in this series. Insurance was at the core. Insurance and pharmaceuticals were pivotal structures of the stories being told here. Instead, we're just making allusions to the first show by doing repeat fantasy gags, repeat Family Guy cutaway gags that we already did in the first series, and then making fucking other allusions, but they're hollow. If you wanted to make good, meaningful allusions, like I said, you should have these characters be going down the same darker pathways their mentors did, because they themselves have been forged on a new different but similar crucible of pessimism that has shaped their world outlook. And the new young interns that they have should be taking the places that they held and pulling them out of the darkness. Instead, you just have this again, but people have their heads in their ass this time for some reason and think it's good. It's just this again. And this was pretty fucking universally considered mid to bad. Meanwhile, this is seemingly shaping up to be excellent? What? What? What are we talking about? Now, I don't really have much more to say, because I don't think there's anything really to say other than this is a huge missed opportunity, and it's derivative in a negative way. Meanwhile, I watched the first, I don't think I've actually seen this newest episode that is apparently considered good, but I watched the first 3 episodes of Malcolm in the Middle. And they're considered good here, but I would have called the first 3 episodes that I watched of Malcolm in the Middle, and I mean this, I'm not glazing, I would call these like 8.5s to 9s. It's not cinema. It's not like cinema, where above a 9 I think is cinema. But, like, for what it is, this is the peak of what it can be, in my opinion, for a revival. 1, all of the characters maintain core flaws that they have, but in ways that are new and shaped by a life that was lived in between the series. Between the end of the show and the beginning of this show, these characters lived lives. And those lives have modified the character flaws that they have. Malcolm is insecure, overthinks, and is combative in argumentation. Or combative in reaction, or in communication often. He's also a know-it-all. And not in a that he's actually... I actually think everyone did a really good job. And I'm gonna say my favorite part is actually how they're passing off this central role to Malcolm's daughter and the new youngest child in the family. And maybe they didn't, from what I saw at the end of the 3rd episode, the like, genetically created child. I don't know how if that character's gonna stick around or how they're gonna hold around. But hey, it's fine, because you know what Malcolm in the Middle also did? They threw a shitload of characters at you throughout the series, and the ones that were good stuck around, and the ones that weren't so good, they stuck around but faded into the background. They became background characters, while the ones that were more enigmatic became central background characters. So I very much enjoy this because it maintains the central focus of the fourth wall breaking inner monologue character being someone who's figuring things out, which is the like fish out of water classic that brings the audience along for the ride. Whereas the adult characters are still very entertaining and embody the characters who they once were, while showing like I said, a life lived between the series. It is central to Malcolm's current character that he was told that he was supposed to become president and taking that too literally. They took the ending of the previous show and actually had it create a lifelong overthought pressure for Malcolm, a character who frequently misunderstands, overthinks, and is insecure. Things that make sense for his character, and then he orchestrates the worst thing ever by hiding his life from his family, which is also something that's totally believable for Malcolm, and then has it blow up as why we don't have a more settled situation. To me, it's all very believable for their characters, the growth they have encountered. No, because, I'm not smart, and I'm not insecure. I'm just combative and loud. And a know-it-all. But I'm a stupid know-it-all. But yeah, like, I think everyone's performances were really good. I think the only qualms I would have is that, Jamie is a blank slate character because we never got to see him be anything other than a baby, and we haven't gotten to see him do anything in this show either. So little bit of a we could have done anything with Jamie, and I'm waiting for anything to be done with Jamie. Reese, it's very funny and typical of where Reese is. Oh, you get a bit more in the 4th episode? Okay, well, I'm looking forward to watching that later tonight then. Yeah, like, I only watched the first 3 episodes, I think. I don't think I watched the 4th. I'm pretty sure I only watched the first 3 episodes. But I think the setup for these episodes is very good. I think the establishment of these characters is very good, and you even have some, like, running gags that are, like, that every male in this family only connects to partners that they're really sexually compatible with, as, like, a pretty funny gag that's also just, like, fine. The 4th is the anniversary. Okay, no, I did watch that then. Okay, I have seen it. No, the 4th episode is really good then. Yeah, we got a little more of Jamie. I just, I would, because we didn't get to see Jamie at all, Jamie is a blank slate, and we can't expect anything. Another thing I like about this show already is it wasn't really overt, and we weren't, we weren't watching everything with this aggressive eye of judgment and analyst that like rightoids have done now. But Malcolm in the Middle's woke as fuck. Malcolm in the Middle is incredibly fucking woke. It's incredibly leftist in its values. It's ACAB. It's pro-poor. It's it has women, disability, and color characters in prominent, empowering roles. It constantly frames women constantly as, like, independent characters. It has the main characters constantly respect women and not mistreat women, and not take advantage of women. And when a character does take advantage of women, they are framed in every aspect as vile, villainous, and scummy, and it is not played as a joke. Yeah, I was gonna say, this didn't compromise on any of that. If anything, it turned the woke up, because yeah, we have a non-binary main character now. We now have one of the main cast characters having come out as gay. And it's maintained so far, all the other core, like, progressive values that it pushed before. So it hasn't compromised on its underlying values, which is really easy to do in this climate where you don't want rightoids mad at you because they throw the biggest, bitchiest snowflake cry of all time when something is woke. Which, to me, Scrubs has done a little bit. Because it was central to the themes of the show that they were combating healthcare, combating insurance, and combating pharma as the villains, as the antagonists of many, if not most, of the episodes that had antagonists, if they were in a serious tone at all. So to me, Scrubs is boring now and compromised on its underlying messaging values, while Malcolm in the Middle held to its underlying messaging values, turned them up, and made the characters even more interesting by having them maintain core character flaws that are expanded and evolved by the passage of time. And yes, Bryan Cranston doing a fuckload of psychedelics and then speaking to himself for what was basically an entire episode was peak comedy. It was so good, it was so funny, and so ridiculous. No, there's not. There's no such thing as right-wing media that is good. So that's why I'm saying not having relatable, like, underlying themes of progressive antagonism, or, like, regressive antagonism towards a progressive attitude, means that your show doesn't have conflict. It doesn't have real conflict. Like, the only time, like, the financial aspect of healthcare has been brought up even one time in the new Scrubs, while it was brought up fucking constantly in the original series. The only time it's been brought up in the main series was in the new series, is the first fucking episode where JD, or maybe it's the second episode, it's the first or second episode, where JD has to make a decision between getting Surgery a robot or getting Elliot in the training department new CPR dummies. And he can only afford to do one of those things because the budget just doesn't allow. But there's no conflict. He just goes, well, we have to get the robot because the robot makes money and the training dummies don't make money. And then it's not expanded on, it's not revisited, it's just one little thing of going, oh, maybe this job isn't going to be all it's cracked up to be. Uh-oh. And then we just never think about it again. But like I was saying, I love what they've done with Malcolm. I love Malcolm's daughter. I love the conflicts that Malcolm's daughter is already showing as someone who has been raised by someone with Malcolm's character flaws and being imprinted with those same character flaws, but also not having many of the character positives that Malcolm had, in not having the durability that was somewhat forged by him being a middle brother and having very strict parent, or somewhat strict parents, while he is a doting, compassionate father that has somewhat coddled his daughter because he didn't want to be seen as producing that same negative. Like, you can understand the decisions the characters have made in their growth as adults based on what you saw them be raised as, and the interactions. That's why I'm saying it just feels like it feels like these characters grown up. It just makes sense. It makes sense. You go, oh yeah, I don't question that even a little bit, because I watched the original series, and this is how I would expect someone to grow up, given those circumstances, and given the psychological presence that they were in. While in Scrubs, you go, so what did they do for the last 15 years? What did they fucking do? Were they in a bubble? It seems like they were in a bubble. These characters in Malcolm in the Middle, even though it maintains like a side of life type setting where, you know, cartoonish, over the top things happen, people take slapstick level punishment without being really hurt. Like, it is very much a parody of life, because it is not a real life that they're living in. It even though it's emulating life, it is a cartoonish simulacrum of real life. In very positive ways, because it's a comedy. You want to be able to have it be funny. So you're going to allow slapstick stuff to happen, which honestly is really missing from TV in general. How many live action things do any slapstick at all? How many live action things do any slapstick at all? It's kind of a breath of fresh air to see slapstick happen again in a live action anything. The only negative things I can say is that like Jamie, I think was a little undercharacterized and a little underused. Dewey, also a little underutilized and underused. But it's also fine, because, like, the show has always had a lot of characters, like in the original, and done a really good job of cycling characters in and out, of having their spotlight moments. So I can't even say that's a real negative, because given their track record of their ability to do this, I fully expect characters, since they recast Dewey, I think they wanted to minimize his character. I couldn't even tell. I'm gonna be real, I couldn't even tell. I didn't even know they recast him. Dewey was so young in the original that I can't even imagine what he would look like as an adult. So, I can't even tell. I didn't even know. And the character or the person they chose to replace him does kind of look like him, has the same general face shape. He's got, like, big ears. And I believe it. I just believe it. So I don't think it's a problem. But I fully expect most, if not all, of the characters to get their own episodes where they are the center. Because the original series had always done a really good job. The original actor quit acting and went to Harvard and has a whole different career. Really? I didn't know that. So he was in one movie, Malcolm in the Middle, a movie in 2010 called 12. I mean, okay. It sucks that he went to Harvard because it's my opinion that people go to Harvard to become shitty people. Not that you inherently will become a shitty person, but Harvard is a crank mill for creating establishment fucks who are, like, for the most part, pivotal actors in keeping this country awful. So the odds aren't very good, in my opinion, if you go to Harvard for your sanctity as a good person. Especially if you go through Harvard Law. That basically just guarantees you're going to become a Republican talking head or a Republican politician. It's just like almost fucking guaranteed. There's definitely an inclination, but Harvard is like the evil Ivy League in my opinion. It like it does what's the word for it? It does like virtue signaling things to try and be like, no, we're a progressive institution, we're woke, but then the majority of the important figures that Harvard pumps out are just like Republican talking heads, Republican politicians, or shit libs. You don't get real good progressive people, for the most part, coming out of Harvard that actually do good things. You just get people that are cogs in the shit machine that is our government. Or propagandists who are lubricating the cogs of the shit machine that is our government. I'd say you definitely get a high propensity of those same people from other Ivy Leagues, but you actually do get some good people coming out of those institutions too. Whereas, like, I don't know if that really exists for Harvard. I'm sure there's some, but I feel like, for example, Yale definitely produces more good human beings than Harvard does. And if anything, actually speaking on that point, because Malcolm in the show is a Harvard grad, he is actually, the life you show him actually does kind of reflect the somewhat the life of what I feel like the good Harvard grad is, in which they go into a career that doesn't actually make them that much money proportionally to what they could do, and their potential is mostly wasted in that they didn't go to some soul crush factory to make a fuckload of money, and instead decided to basically make no money and run a charity. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because, like, Scrubs kind of has been making me mad watching it, because every time I watch a new episode, I'm just like, I don't understand how it's so poorly written. And then I watched this, like, I binged all 4 episodes a couple days ago. Have you heard the Ginsburg story with the dean when she attended Harvard? Ginsburg story. No, what is the... I'm trying to find it. You might have that a little loud.
It's too quiet. I won't be able to hear it from the shower.
What is the Ginsburg story? I also consider Ginsburg as an awful narcissistic shitlib who almost personally handed a supermajority in the Supreme Court to Donald Trump. Wiki under education. Let's see. Oh. In the fall of 1956, Ruth Bader Ginsburg enrolled at Harvard Law School, where she was one of only 9 women in a class of 500 men. The dean of Harvard Law, Erwin Griswold, reportedly invited all the female law students to dinner at his family home and asked the female law students, including Ginsburg, "Why are you at Harvard Law School, taking the place of a man?" When her husband took a job in New York City, the same dean denied Ginsburg's request to complete her 3rd year towards a Harvard Law degree at Columbia Law School. So Ginsburg transferred to Columbia and became the first woman to be on 2 major law reviews, the Harvard Law Review and Columbia Law Review. In 1959, she earned her law degree at Columbia and tied for first in her class. That is definitely pretty gross and pretty typical of the type of people that I would expect at Harvard. But also, like I said, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, despite having done some modicums of good and being moderately progressive for her time, when she was like not a million, during my lifetime, Ruth Bader Ginsburg has just been a narcissist who clawed onto power despite the damage that should have been readily apparent that it would do. So, I hate Ruth Bader Ginsburg, personally, because she had 3 opportunities in my lifetime. 3 opportunities in my lifetime to retire and be replaced by another progressive fucking Supreme Court justice. And instead, she chose to die in the seat and hand it over to an oligarch who appointed a personal dick sucker to the role so that they would rule in his favor to grant him unparalleled power under what is supposedly a democratic system. So, she actually completely embodies what I mean when I say even most of the good ones that come out of Harvard are actually bastards. bread too early, Gabby. It's that good ass bread though. Now, we will turn to a positive note where I am going to play a game that I very much like, that I think doesn't get enough attention. And that is the Bazaar. It has actually a really healthy active player base, which to me is even more confusing why I never see anything about this game. Like, ever. Did you see the entirety of the new unreleased Last Airbender movie got leaked because some random person was emailed the video file by accident? Is that real? Because, like, the reason I question whether that story's real is only because emails have very tiny... Well, I guess it could have been a Google Drive link. That's probably what it was. But no, I did not see that. I did not see that at all, actually. I didn't even know my buddy already has the high def version on his Plex server. I didn't even know there was an unreleased Avatar The Last Airbender movie. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, is this something that got canceled? Or is this something that's about to come out, or that was about to come out that got leaked early?
It was about to come out and got leaked. They were originally supposed to release the movie in theaters, but then the, like, producer of it went, actually, nah, we're just going to keep it on our streaming platform. And then it mysteriously got leaked online today, and everyone's seen it.
I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm gonna be honest, like, that seems like nostalgia bait. But I'm also, like, an original Last of, like, I'm an Avatar The Last Airbender, not hater because I love it, but, like, slanderer, because my constant thing is it's good, but it's not as good as everyone fucking constantly says it was, and Legend of Korra is better. And that's like a hill I'll die on. So I would have preferred to see a different Avatar story with different characters, rather than just pulling back the same old characters again. Because I enjoyed Legend of...
Everyone's an adult and they're hot now.
I don't think that has anything to do with anything, Gabby. But yeah. Anyway, this is the Bazaar. These are the characters. I do not have the newest character unlocked. I don't know if I'm gonna unlock them right away, mostly because I don't want to spend $20. But when you play the game, you start with Vanessa here. So I'm gonna play Vanessa first. I have a lot of stuff unlocked, cosmetics wise. There's a lot of cosmetics in this game, and you unlock them all for free. Just gonna select some stuff at random, basically. Legend of Korra had a strong arc in season 1 and 3, an okay arc in 2, and a bad one in 4. I think 4 was actually really good, with the exception that it was cut short, and it was obviously cut short, and it obviously had things cut out of it. But even seeing the scars of the damage that it took, it's still decent. I won't argue that it's as good as, I think season 1 and 3, agree, are phenomenally strong. Season 2, the only weakness, in my opinion, season 2 has, is the kaiju fight is silly as shit. And I accept that. The kaiju fight is silly as shit, and I will not defend it. There is no defending the kaiju fight in season 2. It's silly. It's dumb. And it ruins an otherwise good season. Doesn't ruin it. It's still okay. But the season is good, and then the kaiju fight happens, and you're just like, what the fuck are we doing, guys? All of these cosmetics mean nothing. I think I have the sound turned down for no reason. What? How did I select windowed mode? I didn't click on that. Okay, I don't know whether I should be up here or down here. Maybe we'll be down here. But yeah, okay. Let's just make sure we're not in the way of the gold. So, this is the bazaar. The core things are, you have your life bar here. We don't have any now, but these circles are where passives will, or skills will go. We will earn skills. This right here is our board. You don't start with a full board accessible, but cards will go to this card shop as one of our choices. Take up space. We'll take fishing net, and we'll take marlin. Cards take up space that is dedicated by your map or board size, and your board gets bigger as you level up, which is indicated right here. When you level up, you will get more health too, passively. You also have income. You will gain gold equal to your income at the end of a day. A day ends when you go through all the hours in the day. So you start on hour 1, then hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, hour 5, and hour 6 is when you fight another player. So you have hours 1 through 5 to prep for the player fight. Any other source of gold you get will have to be from different choices you choose. So I got these items, and I have more gold, and I could refresh the shop for 2 gold. But I don't have any more slots, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, an hour is basically a turn. Yeah, exactly. An hour is basically a turn. So now I have 3 new choices, and it's very like roguelike, or like Slay the Spire roguelike, in that you go through branching paths, basically. So we could go to a non-weapon shop to try for some more important items. we could go through something that's a little bit more of a mystery, or we could get a sharpening stone, which permanently buffs a weapon's damage by an amount. We love a choose 3. We love a choose 3. I don't necessarily have a weapon that I'm committed to keeping yet, so I'm not interested in sharpening stone, but we'll try the Strange Forest, which gives us 3 more choices, which we could get a neutral item, gain 4 gold, or if you have a friend, get a small silver tier friend. Or if you're Vanessa or Dooley, they changed this. It used to be if you are a friend. So friends are pretty good. This is a friend. Oh yeah. Items also have keywords. So this item is medium, aquatic, a friend, and a weapon. Those categories will interact with things based on the basically their clans. They're like clans if you've ever played Magic the Gathering. Cards also happen at intervals. As you see, this card happens every 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds, it does 15 damage and makes another item start flying. Flying items are resistant to being slowed. Items that are slowed get extra time added to their cooldown. This item also gains crit chance passively for every other item you have that is slowed. Then my other item, Fishing Net, slows an item for 2 seconds. Slow is actually really good. It also means at the start of each day, I get a small aquatic or loot item from any hero, which is cool. I don't necessarily know that I need a friend yet, so I'm going to go for just gold. Now, this is an NPC round. The very first NPC combat round you fight, all of them will be very easy, and you should be able to beat any of them almost no matter what you have. After this NPC round, though, every other NPC round we will encounter will have a tier 1 NPC, a tier 2 NPC, and a tier 3 NPC, which will be of varying difficulty based on their tier, and give you different rewards based on those tiers. This is probably the, in my opinion, like, the most unfriendly to new players part of the game, because these enemies, aesthetically, might tell you, does this culminate in PvP, or is that... No, this culminates in PvP. At the end of every day, you fight someone. You fight another player who has gone through the same steps as you. And you see up here, victories. Every 4th victory, or on your 4th victory, you basically get a rank point, and that means you're doing a good job. So you will fight up to 10 battles if you never lose. When you do lose, it goes until you either hit the end here, which is 10 wins, or till you lose. When you lose prestige here. And you lose prestige equal to the day that you're on. When you run out of prestige, you lose your run. And your run is over. So this is how you determine how often you get to play. So if you lose on the first day... No. You only lose prestige against other players. If you lose to an NPC, you just don't get a reward. Which is still really bad. Because if you lose to an NPC, you're probably gonna lose to the player. Because the player probably didn't lose to the NPC. Now, as I was saying, the most unfriendly to new players part of this game is that when you beat an NPC, you don't just get the rewards shown here, which is 3 gold, 3 experience, and an item is the most important one. That last thing is an item. The item you get is from the inventory or the board of the person you beat. So, player knowledge, one of the most important player knowledges to learn early on, and the most unfriendly thing to new players, is you have an inherent advantage if you memorize the boards of NPCs, because it means you know which NPCs, whether they're strong or weak, to aim for to get items that help the build you're going for. Like, I know Kyber Drone has slow items. And I already have a slow item. So I could go against Kyber Drone and maybe get some slow synergy. Meanwhile, Viper has poison items. So if I kill Viper, I could get a poison item and start leaning into a poison build. Haunted Kimono has armor items. And of course, if I beat Haunted Kimono, I could get an armor item and lean into an armor build. I think I want Kyber Drone. Now, this is what a battle with a player looks like, too. But we have an extreme edge here, because this is the beginning NPC here is supposed to be super weak. Like, they're designed to basically suck. And we won.
Waste of gunpowder.
And we got a loot item. Probably the least exciting thing you could get, but loot items can help. If you get enough of them on an item, you can kind of break an item and any item can become OP if you get enough loot items on it. Because this permanently reduces the cooldown of an item by 2%. You also have this inventory where you can store items that you're not using. So you could start working, you could have like a late game build that you're working on in your chest and swap it out once you have it for an early game build too. So, okay, now we could gain 2 permanent regen. Regen heals you every second. We could go to the tiny furry monster and get another 3 choice. Or we could go to this shop, which just sells any item. I'm going to go for JJ because we have 13 gold. And this down here shows our experience. You get experience for beating players and NPCs. And you get 1 experience every turn. So, clicking the shop counts as a turn and will level us up once we go through it. Now, the Cove here is a pretty good item. Mostly because it gains value. So, it's like a gold store. It'll pay us back pretty quickly. So, I'm going to go for that item. I'm going to re-roll. And here is another part of the game. When you get a duplicate of an item, those items fuse to create a higher tier version of that item that has increased effects. So that was very good for us. And boom, we also leveled up, which when you level up, you get a level up choice and gain extra health. We gained 100 health, and we can choose to get a small bronze enchanted item, or 2 gold and a bronze skill. I want the gold and the skill.
Some folks a lot older than me have lived.
Your aquatic weapons deal plus 10 damage. Your rightmost poison item has plus 2 poison. Your leftmost weapon does 10 plus damage. Your leftmost item has 8% crit chance. So we're probably going to go for aquatic stuff. So let's go for an aquatic weapon, because that's pretty
I'm
broad.
getting better at this.
And then we're going to go ahead and put this down for now, because it's just pretty good. Now, the cove is good enough that we might want to keep the cove. So I'm going to go for scrap salvage, which is a loot item that permanently increases shield. When we sell it, it's going to permanently increase this thing's shield, and when we sell an item, this item's value increases and its shield's equal to value. So we can sell these loot, like the cove is really good if you throw loot at it. I like throwing loot at the cove. And now we're going to fight another player. Our build right now, not very good. You could have a much stronger build at this point in the game. So there's a pretty strong chance we're not winning, depending on what they have. But that's fine, because we have 20 prestige, and the first day's loss is only worth 1 prestige loss. It's a slow death, but we've definitely lost this one. If a game goes on too long, overtime happens, and both players' health just starts ticking down very rapidly. And look, we got a sharpening stone from our fishing net. I think we want to go to another shop.
Size dilutes the brain. Mine is highly concentrated.
Shuriken is a really strong, potentially powerful item. Bayonet is basically just an attachment to another card.
Excellent choice.
Let's go for another shop.
Let's chat.
Yes.
You have to leave.
Another shuriken. Let's reroll. Ooh. We're actually going to get rid of that bayonet right away because we'd rather have this.
Sad to say goodbye.
And then we're also going to go grab this other fish. So, again, so this is an example of the higher tiered things. I actually want to go for the coconut crab because I know it has a shield item that can synergize with the cove very well. Because the cove can basically infinitely stack shield. So if we could stack it high enough, Crusher Claw can do insane damage. So if we get Crusher Claw, we'll almost certainly be able to win. And we got Seaweed, which lets us heal on top of shielding. We have a very defensive build right now. We did not get it, but we got another item, which is still good. For this one will give us a permanent 30 max health. And it increased our cove. We don't have a lot of gold, so I think we're going to attend the baseball game here.
What a meathead, right?
And then we're actually going to just sell the flying fish so that we can gamble. And we're going to spend 5 gold. to gamble. And we won! The Kivers defeated the Rogues 25-16. You bet 5 and win 10, and we gain 1 experience. And we got an item out of it. And now that we leveled up, we have some choices. An ammo item, a loot item, bronze tier item, or 2 gold. Let's go for a loot item, because we're kind of stacking loot, and we got a scrap, which is probably one of the better loot items we could get. These shoes aren't very good, so we're not going to bother using those. We're going to put out the fishing net, because it's just an okay item to have on the board. We're actually going to go for the 3 bronze tier chocolate bars here. Because these items are just little candy bars that give us extra max health. And we're cove maxing, so we're getting our cove up to the highest gold value we possibly can.
Not to squabble with nobody.
You do see these tusks, right?
Pygmalion here is, I think, the second character you unlock when you're playing. And he focuses around income and property type items. And we won that one. We won that one through some attrition. Ooh, so this is really good here. We're going to go for gumballs, because since we're cove maxing, getting and selling these gumballs is really helpful. I'm also going to sell that, because that is not a very helpful item for us. I think we got that item from our fishing net. Ooh, B1 and B2 is going to let us free upgrade a bronze item, so we're going to upgrade the cove. Which gives us double value, and now we can fight these 3 things. We're going to go for the Tempest Bravo, just because I actually don't know if we'd be able to defeat the other characters. Because this is the point at which characters get, NPC characters start getting somewhat stronger.
I've brought shame to the Volcander Islands.
And we got another sharpening stone. Then we can do a B2 upgrade. Let's do a B2 upgrade. Let's upgrade the seaweed, because the rate at which the seaweed ramps can be significant. And then let's go for a shop.
See, darling.
Weather glass can be really good if we're going to attrition people down. Let's go ahead and get this, just because it gives us the option to go shuriken. Let's go weather glass. Just because if we're already doing a little bit of an attrition run, it's not going to hurt to have more of that. Those aren't great options, but let's at least see what we could get here.
Try my best.
Probably not. Yeah, let's just not go for those. Well, let's see if we can beat Dooley by attritioning him out. pretty scary burn build there, which is going to ramp to some really severe damage. Don't know if we can attrition them down fast enough. We already have so much burn on us. Yeah, it's not happening. And let's see, we could do 4 gold, the docks. Let's go to the docks, because it's probably worth more than 4 gold. We could go for a shield item. We'll go for a shield item. What is this? I haven't seen this one. Wild Root Amulet. Shields 20, slow 1 item for 3 seconds. Okay, it's an item for the new character. Probably don't need that. Probably don't need that. Should probably go ahead and do this. Just because we might use this. If we can get a reloader. And we'll go for gumballs. Because like I said, the gumballs are really invaluable. We're already up to 99 shield on our cove. Worrywart. If we could beat Worrywart, that could be really good because Worrywart has some poison stuff. And slow stuff. We kind of need to replace Marlin with something. You know, I still the enrage is a new mechanic, and I actually don't know what the enrage does. I've played a little since, and I still just don't really know what it does. Okay, we only got one option that time, which was this. First time you use an item, each fight hastes 1 poison item, 2 seconds. First time you use a large item, each fight, poison 20. Let's do that. Just poisoning 20 off the bat seems pretty cool. We have a little bit of gold. Let's go for the aquatic items. I'm not very happy with those. Let's try a reroll. We could maybe find something. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, this might... This might be better.
One with gold, they say.
We well... Tool. Captain's quarters is really good. I'm just trying to think what... We probably don't need weather glass.
Thank you.
And then we can get this. And then we'll get a free random weapon. Okay. And we'll throw this in. And then we probably don't need to have fishing net out. Then maybe don't need to have marlin out. And then we'll try that.
I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Oof. Damn burn. Also, that's a big power drill. I think we'll go to the docks again. This time we'll go for a tool. Diving weights. For each adjacent aquatic item, this has -1 cooldown and multi-quest equal to ammo. Okay, this is pretty good. And we can... yeah, have it right there. Synergizing with a little bit of the ammo reloading. Let's go for another shop.
Nice and business. Profit is profit, according to Jesus.
I think that's probably good because this thing can get hasted by this, so it has quite a few haste opportunities. None of these are excellent fights. I'm pretty sure we can beat the Kyver Commander. And we can maybe get insect wings out of it.
Release pheromone! All Kyver attack!
Yes, we got one of the insect wings. Let's go for an ammo item. Lame ammo item. Also get rid of that. Then we'll try and beef up the, or beef down the cooldown on that. Let's try Kina for non-weapon items, and there we are.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
Okay. We might not even need the cove at this point. And then... it's a tool.
I can feel
We can
our
definitely go
energies
for that.
resonating.
No, not good enough. Ooh, discounted items.
Welcome to Gigamart. Can I help you find everything? Thank you.
Switchblade.
What else can I get for you?
Your leftmost and rightmost aquatic weapon and shield items gain 10 damage for the fight. They have to be aquatic weapons, though, so no. Yes. Okay.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of stories.
And see,
You
the
should
cove
know,
wasn't
I'm a bit of a
wasted either
legend
because
on
it still stored a bunch of value. So even if we could bring the cove back in, but if we decide to sell it, it's worth a bunch of gold now.
Next time, boys, Less
See, we've
plunder,
got our
more
shuriken throwing
plunder.
out quite a lot of damage now. A lot of the build is just taking what is offered to you and making the best scenario out of the best items offered to you. See, this is 49 gold, so we could afford some. If we got offered something that was worth selling for, we'd probably take it. We're gonna go for this because we can grab the gold tier chocolate bars and sell them for what is like a 12% max health increase. Let's go to Dryad, sells friends. I don't really want any of those friends. I don't really think I want any of these friends either. And now we will... I don't think we could beat Infernal, but I think we can beat Foundation Keeper. And Foundation Keeper has some poison stuff that we might want.
You must free the
Yeah, the shuriken's hitting really hard. Because we've basically got a situation in which it's always going to have... That's not as... that's probably one of the least exciting things we could have gotten.
You came to the wrong Sphinxian. I believe in joy.
These are very mid, so we'll use a reroll. It's pretty good. We'll go for Noisy Cricket.
Today. I'm proud of you.
Pays handsomely for heroic stories. We could regain 6 prestige. No experience. Let's regain the prestige. That basically puts us almost back at full. Let's go for a small non-weapon item. Not a small non-weapon item I really wanted. We might replace our seaweed next. I don't think we're actually spamming aquatic items in a way that's ramping the seaweed in a meaningful way. If we can find another small item that's better, we will. Yep, fucking throw all the shuriken out. If we can get... the biggest thing we could get is honestly, like, ammo slots for like, either of our ammo things. Like, additional ammo slots would be huge. So, like, ammo skills. Let's go for the docks. Let's go for a weapon, I guess. Ooh, wait. When you use another aquatic or ammo item, this gains 80 damage for the fight. If the item is large, double the damage gain. Oh, and we got gunpowder. I was just talking about gunpowder. Okay, I think we probably do it for diving weights. And I think we definitely, let's see, it's for aquatic or ammo item. Let's get rid of honing steel. Switchblade, we can also get rid of. And we'll throw out torpedo. I think that's what we want. And then we'll get a random item. Hell yeah. A sharpening stone. We got Viper Tyrant, Treasure Turtle, or Chili Charles. Let's go for Treasure Turtle. Just because there's a lot of, good loot cards we could get from here. Yeah, the way our things spam out is going to make Torpedo really, really fucking big. And our Torpedo doesn't have to worry about only having 1 ammo because our Captain Quarters reloads the ammo.
Already? We barely got right that time.
We got the worst item it could have given us. Let's just go for random gold skills.
Set himself apart. We Sphinxians must work together.
I don't think we have a vehicle. So let's try and reroll. I don't think any of those were good. Oceanic Rush is pretty decent.
Once before, and it bloomed into Adira.
Let's go through the mountain pass because it often gives us, yep, an extra combat. And an extra combat is super nice because it gives us a lot of health or a lot of extra experience, which can mean we can be a level ahead of some people.
Dial. Koroks. I'll see you soon.
Bar of soap. What a random item. Is this worth putting out because it's an ammo item? I'm not sure. Let's go through this. 2 income and 1 goal. Let's actually go for 3 small enchanted items. Okay, now toxic pop snappers I think is actually definitely worth having. Or is it? Because this still stacks damage when we use... It's definitely worth getting root seaweed, I think. Definitely don't need instant noodles, and we might as well use this because it just reduces everything. And we'll fight.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
My people believe in peace. Boring! I could see you're going.
Well, okay, maybe toxic pop snappers is good because like this is so random that it hit this like once the entire combat and it never actually got stronger than the pop snappers. So maybe the pufferfish is worth replacing. A sterling upgrade, a silver item. We're definitely upgrading the captain's quarters because now it gives extra damage, 2-second haste, and 2 ammo reload. Go for a poison item. Bad poison item.
This is how you win a war.
We'll go for a loot item. There's a lot of loot items we could take. Okay, look. I think, are going for the bar of soap. Because I think the catfish is just never actually gaining that much. So, and this spams out so fast, it's going to really increase our rate of ammo. Now, we're going to go for the eagle because this cosmic wind and keen eye skills, if we could get those, would be awesome. We're also not mad about getting feathers. This is what I meant by, like, knowing the items. Like, I know the items of these characters. So it's like, I know what's on the table for getting got. Now, we didn't get them. But still. If you know what you can get, you know what to aim for. Ooh, rowboat is so good. But I actually don't think it fits in on my build.
I feel like you're
Let's go for Curio, because this has a bunch of sellable junk items.
That's been
Yes.
sitting there 20 years, waiting for you. Hooey! Now that's a bargain. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Okay, we'll re-roll this. And here's where the super RNG happens. It did not work. Oh well.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find a home.
Maybe if we tow the barge.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you. Hooey! Now that's a bargain.
And we upgraded a lot of stuff. And we're still storing ridiculous value. 81 gold on our treasure cove. So if we ever need money, we can just sell the cove. Because we've stored a pile of money inside our
You
cove.
get me any closer.
Every failed experiment lights the path to success.
We are really strong now. We have a very strong setup. Pretty much, I don't know if I would want to change any items at this point. I think mostly we're hunting for skills and upgrades of our existing items.
If you find it in the sea, that means it's treasure.
This is an incredible item to have as a passive item. We just used a lot of money, but oh my god, is it worth it. This is a good item, but I actually don't think it's better than Torpedo.
Rally, men! Blades to the wind!
Now we could enchant something with a poisonous effect, or a slow effect. Certain things are much better with poisonous effects than other. I'm going to go for a slow effect. I'm going to put the slow effect on the dive weights, so they become a heavy dive weight. Which means now they also slow enemy items while speeding mine up. And we can fight someone. We're going to fight the elite duelist because he's the easiest, but he has this super rare skill, Big Ego. And if you ever get Big Ego, I feel like it's almost an auto win because it gives all your weapons lifesteal. And there's just no downside to your weapons having lifesteal. And it makes you so much harder to kill. We didn't get it. Now, this is kind of a crazy weapon. Is it worth it? Let's see. I think so. Let's put it out and see how it affects our play. Let's fight an epic monster, and we fight the Foundation Revenant. Because by the time it activates, it should be activating on Shuriken, since it's of your weakest weapon. So didn't even get to cast it. But it would have doubled the damage on our Shuriken at that moment.
Too much treasure, not enough chest.
I think it's definitely... four ammo. This is 5 ammo. So we'd be down 1 ammo constantly, I think. Is it better to have another ammo item out than having... Because this will go up to 3 ammo if we get it diamond. And then we don't ever have to worry about this. So I think we probably say fuck it to the powder horn. Put this out. We'll take the Artisan's Dunes, which let us upgrade our stuff. Oh my god, an ammo skill. 1 damage for each ammo on your items. That's pretty good. All items gain +1 max ammo. That's really good too. The first 8 times using ammo. Let's take Gunner. It's simple, but having everything have... This is particularly good for dive weights and for shuriken because it increases their cast rate. So now they have multicast, like multicast 7 on the dive weights, and that's really good because it'll ramp our torpedo even faster. And then we have multicast 6 on our shuriken now.
I take no approach.
Wow.
None have proven worthy.
They actually out-healed us. Our torpedo would have one-shot them if it had gotten cast. So they beat us by, like, actually less than a second. That's impressive. We actually lost by, like, a fraction. Okay, Colt ammo items is pretty good because we might see duplicates of what we have. We did not. Discount items. Nothing. Nothing.
What are you even doing?
We'll try and fight the Awakened Primordial. And we hit him with the big torpedo. Big torpedo.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
They kind of I didn't realize they nerfed the incendiary round. It doesn't give extra ammo to the adjacent things anymore, which that makes it kind of suck actually. Let's go for the curio again.
Recycle. Relax. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Nothing else. Only one.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
Unlucky. Let's try for the big, because if we can get our diamond captain's quarters... We did not get our diamond captain quarters. Let's go for a loot item. Great loot item. Up to 100 gold. And we're at 3.5. That's pretty good.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you. People are a pattern.
Woo-wee! That ain't great. That ain't great, mate. Oh, I have no way to win now. If it had destroyed any other item, that would have killed them. That is not great. They got so lucky, so incredibly lucky with what that destroyed. So the first time you get knocked down to 1 prestige, you get saved.
Your darkest hour is your chance to transform.
I'm gonna try to choose an enchantment. we're going to take Guardian's Gorge. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to put shield on the torpedo to give us more survivability. So when the torpedo fires, we also gain like 1,000 plus shield. Because a couple of these fights have been really close. That one was RNG loss. That we had just lost. That was like actually just an RNG loss, which rough, it happens. It's the nature of the game. Go for a small because we upgrade small items. Don't need them. Don't need them. We're really hunting for specific things. Lord Dive. Do we even really have crit chance? I don't think so. So actually, let's go for the 8-armed diver.
I wrecked so many ships, they cover the seabed. Mars like a forest. Oh, a mighty blow. I've not felt such in a whale's age.
Oh, we got the legendary octopus. Huh. Hummy hum hum. This would be really good under other circumstances. Like if we had a friend build, that's insane. Upgrade an item, we definitely upgrade our captain's quarters. Yeah, under other circumstances, I'd be psyched to have gotten that. Let's see, this is a tool, this is a weapon, toy. So we, tech. Let's just go for gumballs. And let's go ahead and fucking nuke our cove, because that's so much gold, and it's just going to be annoying to do this otherwise. The gumballs are nice because they can build some crit chance. The blue gumballs give crit chance to our items. Let's see, skill upgrade. We'll take that.
But only if you'll help yourself.
We'll take poisonous. And we'll fight. Now, if we lose this, we lose our run. So we have to really hope we're gonna win our run. I think our build's pretty strong. We have a chance, but there can be some outrageous builds, to be honest. Woo! Okay, we're lucky that we were a little more outrageous. But, I mean, we had 800 poison on us, so we were going to die in 3 more seconds. 3 to 4 more seconds, like, depending on what other damage came out. 4 if no other damage hit us, other than the poison. Probably 3 otherwise, though. We're just looking for tier-ups at this point, is the big thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Double tier-up. Double tier-up. Got ourselves a shuriken and a torpedo upgrade. The torpedo upgrade's huge. 120 per cast is crazy extra damage, actually. Nope. Nothing else. Let's see, do we have crit chance yet? 2%, 14%? Not really. There's no point in going for the Lord of the Waste if you don't have crit chance. Void Colossus, we could just auto-lose to Void Colossus if we're unlucky. So I feel like we go Lord of the Waste just because the Void Colossus could still kill us. It's not really anything this person can give us that we care about. Weapon steal double crit damage is really good, but we actually don't have crit chance, so we'd have to kind of hope we get crit chance down the line. We didn't even get it. But, oh. I'm paying attention to all our stupid items.
Now this is how you win
And a diamond tier skill. Oh, that's crit chance. I was just complaining about crit chance. That's some crit chance. Now we at least have some chance for crit chance. Okay, let's see. Enchanted item with deadly crit chance effect. Let's I don't know what it'll do, but let's make Captain's Quarters deadly. I think it'll just... Your items have plus 30% crit chance. Yes, that's exactly what I was hoping. So now our items just actually have crit chance. We're getting so many little item sales. So rich. Yes. Okay, so our items having crit chance. Actually huge. Actually huge. Now we, on a coin flip, have doubled our damage. On a coin flip, we have doubled our damage. And doubled our shielding, technically, because we shield equal to our damage there.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
They didn't even really scratch us. We shielded so much. See, we crit there. So we did an early 5,600. And also shielded for like 5,600. Small friend, travel almost anywhere. We don't have weapons that we could upgrade. So let's travel almost anywhere. Yo! Yo, okay. That's pretty hype. That's pretty lucky. We got 3 diamond loot items. Regen. Crit. Damage. Let's give this... Well... Let's give this the crit, this the damage, and then just regen. We do still need dive weights. Maybe we can find dive weights.
No weapons? Leave with big bargains.
Nope. No dive weights were found. Now we'll go for Lord of the Wastes eagerly, because if we got forbidding winds, Lord. Our torpedo's gonna do like 20k damage.
Your strength is beautiful.
And our shuriken's gonna do like 700 damage 7 times. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Stop coming on.
Rally men, blades to the wind.
I just got so lucky, Gabby. I just got so lucky. Diamond tier loot item. Let's get a diamond tier loot item. It's pretty mid diamond tier loot item. Let's go for the Jules Cafe. This is a temporary buff for the day, so we'll just get the extra max health.
You should know.
And let's see if we can win again. We are on the cusp of death, but hey, we've done pretty good. The 7 winner is real good.
Bring her back.
Woo! 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 30k damage. Woo! Or 20k damage. Yeah, I just hit for like 20k damage and shielded for 10k. That was a fucking hit. Let's see. I'm thinking we go for gunpowder. And the reason we go for gunpowder is because we're going to buffer diving weights with it again. Let's put this over here because actually we were playing it unoptimally. We didn't have that next to 2 different aquatics for a while. Let's take the sharpening stone. We're just trying to mid-max our items we currently have because I think our build is flawless. Or as close to flawless as it can really be. We just want all the extra ammo for all the multicast. Like, that's so much. Because now, 9 multicast on the diving weights. Which means when this casts, it's adding more than 1,000 damage onto the torpedo. What a wild grab that we didn't need. I actually think we just take a skill, because I don't think upgrading anything would be that.
I will train you to live.
Tampering. It just, it gives us a little more damage. We'll go for chocolate bars. Just having a little more health is gonna help us, you know, always not die. Because being one shot this late in the game is one of the biggest risks that you run into a build that has the ability to just kill you in literally one hit. So having a huge life bar can be really beneficial. Because as long as you don't die in one hit and have time to start building ridiculous defenses, like once this shield's like 10k, oh no. Oh no, I'm stun locked. I'm stun locked. Shit, I'm stun locked.
Another step closer to the formula of life.
This is a demonstration.
Yeah, that's a demonstration of a build that's not just good, like mine was, but broken. He put 5+ seconds of frost on every item on my board. Actually, what did he even have that froze other than the amulet that was able to do that? Charge an adjacent relic 1 second. This freezes 3 items for 1.5 seconds and has multicast. So, okay, he made it shiny, so as multicast. It was max tier, so it freezes 3 items for 1.5. And then this item charges an adjacent relic. It's a relic. Do you have something else charging it? Okay, all his items were hasted. So this was actually casting every 3 seconds, freezing 6 items for 1.5 seconds. Oh my god! I've never seen this. Atmospheric resampling. This must be a new item. When you use an enchanted or flying item, charge another 2 enchanted or flying items 2 seconds. And there's shiny sapphire. Shiny is an enchantment. They also had shiny infinity potion. Shiny adrenal converter. So this thing was hasting rapidly. And then they had, whenever this would cast, it would charge this and this. So this item effectively had a 3-second cooldown because it was constantly hasted. And this item had effectively a 2-second cooldown because it was constantly hasted. And this item effectively had a 2.5-second cooldown because it was constantly hasted. So in combo, that meant every 2 seconds, this item was charging both these items 2 seconds. And that means this item was charging both of these items every 2 seconds. Which means basically these 3 items were looping on each other because of this thing's passive. Causing them to essentially cast every 1 second. I mean, well, let's just do the replay so we can actually see it in action, because that's kind of beautiful. I didn't even understand what was happening, but you see it fired off. It fired off. It fired off. It fired off. It's firing off every 1 to 2 it's firing off between 1 and 2 seconds, and every other, so it's firing off in a 2-second increment, a 1-second increment, a 2-second increment, a 1-second increment. So every 3 seconds, it is firing off a collective of 12 freeze bolts every 3 seconds. 12 freeze bolts accumulating a total of 1.5 seconds per bolt. So that would be what is that? That would be 18 seconds. Every 3 seconds it's freezing a portion of my board for 18 seconds. That's insane. I've never seen that. That's crazy that he also got all shinies. Like, shiny is probably the most powerful enchantment almost across the board. And he got 4 shinies. My build was broken, but a broken build don't matter if a god tier build comes in and doesn't let you use your broken build. That's impressive. But we also can't complain. We got 7 wins. Or 8 wins, but 7 wins. Or we got to the 7 wins slot, which is where we get, like, extra chests and extra ranked points. So, we gain that, and we'll move on to, I think we'll just go through one of each characters to kind of show off. We did Vanessa, if we have time. If not, we did Vanessa. The next person you unlock, I think, is Pygmalion. It's hard for me to remember. I think you unlock Vanessa, then Pygmalion, and Dooley's last. I love Pygmalion. Let's go through Pygmalion. Pygmalion lets you do some min-maxy stupid shit that I love doing. Non-weapon items right away. Let's see. Huh.
You are enough.
We could max health max.
I'm glad you bought this.
Oh my god.
Good of all.
That's pretty good to get already. When you sell an item, this gains 1 value. You have increased max health equal to 10 times this item's value. Let's get some coins. And let's fight the Banana Bull.
You look not taste good. I eat you anyway.
I've never found the pawn shop this early. I thought it used to be a silver only item. I guess they changed it in a patch to allow a bronze version of it. So we're going to need to find a max health damage item. Probably Lion Staff, most optimally. And our goal is going to be to have infinite HP. That's our goal right away. Infinite HP. The other thing we want to find is we want to find Lemonade Stand to keep in our inventory. If you can have Pawn Shop plus Lemonade Stand, you can actually very reasonably have 10k, like, you can have like 10k HP early and 100k HP late.
Feel the tunes, heal the wounds. Might be the scar, but nothing a tattoo won't cover.
Now that's giving up the business.
Let's try for an enchanted small item. None of these are good. Let's go for restorative heirloom, though. Let's get a random item. That's randomly lucky. Let's go for that.
Are you sure?
We pretty much have to hope they're not a poison build, because, like, we might be able to tank a damage build, but if they have ramping, there's no chance. That's exactly not what we wanted to see. Yeah. When we heal, it does reduce our poison, but not by very much at all. I think they it used to be that it halved it, but I think they re-nerfed it to where when you heal, it just reduces your poison by 1. So we basically had no chance this early. See, we'll go for the bronze chocolate bars. We'll go for gold. Then we'll go for the junk bot. The bushel definitely isn't very good. It would be better to have something that actually just boosts the healing of the succulent. Junkyard repair bot is probably what we want the most.
Seem like a nice person.
It's fine.
Maybe too nice.
Yeah, let's go for fins.
Food is life. Our bodies, if you're not growing, you're failing.
It's only 71 health. Let's get a bronze tier item. It's not good. Let's see. Yeah, let's go to the curio. Just because we might be able to, yup, get the oasis.
Trash is trash.
And then a chocolate bar. Don't need any of that. We won't press our luck for a second round on it.
I should warn you.
We already got our heal item.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
He's a level higher than us. Oh my god, he's got a really big regal blade. We have no real heal ramping, which is unfortunate. If we had like percentage health healing, we might have a chance. But like sustain wise, like it's pretty much a straight early check. It's like, do we have more healing than them? Or do they not have, and do they not have ramp? If the answer is yes, we can win. If not, no. Until we can get some kind of scaling healing. We don't really have a sustaining chance. And we haven't really gotten a damage option. Or, let's go for the fins again.
I bet you feel amazing right now.
Let's definitely go for the B upgrade, because this increases our health quite a bit.
I'm here to defeat you.
This is probably one of the easiest people to beat ever, just because he runs out of ammo and doesn't gain new ammo till he's half health. So for a nutrition build, this guy is brain dead to beat, because you could just sit here like scaling defenses like I am, which is basically 1,000 extra health, and then this happens. He fucking gets burned down to half, reloads one time, and dies as his stuff shoots once. We definitely go for chocolate eating because an early premium chocolate is so much extra health. That was more than 10% like extra health proportionally. What a weird card to be being force-fed. Gumballs are also very good, but there's a lot of medium items that we want.
What can I get you?
Getting extra spare change is great in this scenario. Is definitely better to have.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
I should have swapped the hat over. That was a mistake. I was about to, but I already clicked the button. It would be better if it was adjacent to this. But hey, we actually have something that scales our healing now. Which means we have a degree of combat scaling now. Even if it's defensive combat scaling. They don't have nearly the damage to punch through our bulk. So we just completely out-sustain them and beat them in the overtime. Heal and regen items. Definitely check that out. Whoa.
The more you get hurt, the more we can hang out.
What is this? I've never seen this. An item starts flying. Adjacent item damage, shield, and heal equal to their value. When you use a flying item, adjacent items gain 5 value for the fight. Interesting. Interesting.
Try not to almost die every day.
My food is gonna, with all the fighting out there, you gotta keep your strength up.
Hillbilly. Can we beat them? I want to say that we can beat them. Let's see if we can beat them.
You bring your city ways to
I'm
dead
optimistic.
Grass. I'll show you where to stick them.
Oh, we should have, once again, this should have been between both of them. Yeah, it should have definitely been between both of them. Also, it's interesting that it won't increase the value of this item. I wonder why that is. Maybe it has to be a usable item? Terrible skill. We're not even using it.
When you're
Okay,
ready,
that's not
I'll
the
send you to
worst,
Orlin.
but it's still
But
pretty
I'll keep you as long
useless.
as I can.
Okay. Yeah, let's put this here, because it makes more sense.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Ooh. Not looking great, mate. Okay, they don't have a way to reload it, though. Although, that's still, it put 300 poison on me. Very not good. Had we had faster ramping and it hadn't frozen my entire board, maybe something could have been accomplished there. Let's see, tool, weapon, property, and apparel. We have an apparel, or we have a property. That's... Take this for now, just because, like, it at least combos with this. And then we'll take this just because it'll give us some coin. We'll take this. This definitely gets replaced if we find a better option. We just don't have one right now. Let's go for the Sabertooth. Just because small diamond tier item thing would actually be really good if we could diamond up the succulent. The bird definitely keeps us healthier.
Not all Jabalians are pacifists.
Why wasn't the value stacking? I'm a little confused. Oh my god, we got Diamond Fang. That's so good. The value wasn't stacking on the succulent. It was only stacking on the Ushiwashi bird. Definitely have to go for the combo of gumballs and nonsense.
You're not getting hurt on purpose just to come see me, are you?
Okay, Gumball is way too good. Or I mean Lemonade is way too good. Yeah, we're definitely getting rid of the hat. And then we're getting rid of Private Jet. It has lived its function.
I'm gonna rub this stuff on you. Don't make it weird.
We'll go for the abandoned chest, get a skill. Your heal items plus 20 heal, that's so good. And Lemonade is so good.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Oh, it's a do-nothing heal build versus a do-nothing heal build. Except mine builds health and regen, and theirs does nothing. So I'm pretty sure I've got this in the bag. I could be overly confident, but I have almost double their... No, way more than double their HP. And 400 regen.
Next time I'll show you what I learned.
Like, I was regenerating their entire life bar every 3 seconds. Yeah, and I won. That was a tank build flex fight. And we got our free moolah, which gives us extra max health from both these sources.
If you have
See
to
what
the
they
price,
have.
you can't afford it.
They do not have good things. And
Tell everyone you got it here.
just grab that for the piggle value. It's pretty good.
Ooh,
it's pretty good.
Sale. Buy 200, get one free.
That's just too good to have in our back inventory.
It's just
for right now, it's just way too good.
Obey my command. Feel my whip.
Actually, maybe we get rid of the Uwashi bird and the monocle for the tree. Put the tree on the board. Yeah. This item is great because it scales you and scales with you. Without you having to really do anything. It's so good. Yes, critical investment is great. Don't have the money to buy all the gumballs. So let's just go for 2 experience. And then the plateau. We're gonna fight the Unoboy. Neither of us do damage. We're both just healers. Oh yeah. Almost 800 regen.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win. But not against me.
Let's just do that. That's definitely better. Given what we're doing. Now we need percentage HP boosting skills. That's what we need. We need percentage HP boosting skills, and this will get out of control. That, and we still really need Lion Staff. Lion Staff is really, I think, pivotal. They're just out of ammo on all their shit. They're getting gassed so easy, actually. Oh, we crit on that. Yeah, there's no chance.
Defeat does not defeat
we ended with 4k health at full health through the storm. Yeah, we gained 1400 HP It lost none. Let's see. Definitely, I think, go through the plateau again. Yes, and we get an extra free fight, so we can level. Leveling is super important because you gain max health when you level up. So, like, since I'm trying to abuse max HP with this build and this run, leveling up more is actually really, really, really helpful. What is it? Inside the little acrylic drawer. The bottom one. Huh? I had put the thing that's in your hair?
Yeah, I'm looking for the other one, the color pink.
Oh, I put the strawberry one in there. Is that where you found it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have no idea. I didn't know you had a Hello Kitty one.
You know what you're fighting for. If you're not growing, you're failing.
This is definitely probably painful for anyone that fights me, but... Oh yeah, Kenai. Our items gain crit chance. Extra healing.
Thank you.
Small healing regen. Yeah, let's do that. Terrible item. Can we outlast the treasure turtle? The treasure turtle is like the outlast guy. So we kind of have to test our chops. Because, like, if we can get hunker down, we're winners. We're winners. The question is, will we gain max health faster than it gains shield? / will our regen out-tank its resistance? So far, the rate of its gain is actually probably higher than ours. Although the regen was too much. 1,500 a second.
Come too far to let you.
And then we get absolute shit from it. Like, absolutely the weakest item that on its entire board. Never lucky. Never lucky. Huh? Do I want this? But we can't actually fit it. Like, it would take all of this. It's actually better to try and outlast people than try and rely on this item. Because, like, 1,200 isn't even that good. What is this?
You left the oven on, dude.
I did?
Yes. It's so hot in the kitchen because of it.
It's
My
all
apology.
about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Let's get the gold. Okay, let's go for the big items because we might be able to tier. Yes, lemonade stand.
Funny. What should I do with it?
And pawn shop.
Dust in my...
We're ridiculous. Look at that thing. Only a 10-second cooldown now, and we get 50% more health per item we chuck.
I will leave you alive to
50% more health per item we chuck. Although, this is not the build we want to be fighting right here. This is probably the first one I'd admit we fought that has a very realistic chance of taking us down. Because it's really going to be a, can they poison ramp faster than we can heal ramp? Plus, they're heal ramping quite significantly. And yeah, they nerfed the healing reduction on poison by a fuckload. by an absolute fuckload. Yeah, yeah. We couldn't really put any hurt on them, and they got more regen than us, and we just could not hurt the poison they were putting on us. Which, you know, that makes poison builds a lot better. So I'm actually okay with that nerf, because poison builds were kind of fucking worthless after that change. So I'm pretty okay with it, I think, actually.
Don't care.
It's like 60 max health. I just don't think Bushel is actually. Let's get rid of Bushel.
I guess.
Gonjo. Let's take Brass Knuckles, maybe. Oh, we definitely take Save. And we also definitely take Piggy Bank.
Sell things so I can buy things. Huge things.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
Okay, we definitely don't need Brass Knuckles. Fuck Gonjo, too.
Do you have to leave already? I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Let's Vortex. Let's fight the Vortex.
I am not attacking the city. I am performing an experiment.
Just tickles. Tickles. Tickles.
Months of research obliterated.
Let's actually get rid of this for the massive store of value. Grab this. Get rid of that. Go to the small item shop. Interesting. They changed Gavel in a very fascinating way. Linkment. Okay.
If the Elder could see me now.
Oh, yes. You have no idea. Now, we really don't care, because now we get just burning lemonade. Let's go with the gumballs. Just because we want crit gumballs. Give us crit gumballs. Okay, we start with 8k health.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
And now our lemonade is also a damage item. We do also need that lemonade to hit though, so that we can.
Bravery with
Okay, now
strength
they
is a sword.
too low cooldown, too much damage. We got smacked.
Let me lift you up, back onto your path.
Okay, let's get the deadly pawn shop.
This pork roast's almost done.
Well, that just means more than 100% on all our items all the time. Which, you know what? I'm a fan of. Let's boost this thing's value.
The Grand Society of Master Merchants welcomes you. Right then, off you go.
Teach me nothing. Never too old to play.
We're trying to find haste items, because now that this does so much, we really just need something that hastes it. Let's fight the Foundation Revenant.
Save us. Or join us.
Yeah, like that's just a crazy amount of burn. You're not even gonna make it to the sandstorm if you get hit by that. When you regen, a burn item gains 2 burn for the fight. Okay. That's pretty weak sauce, actually. Health and heal and regen skills.
Can't learn to regenerate if you don't have any wounds. In other words, this might hurt a little. Do you feel it? All that life rushing through your body?
Non-weapon items.
Not war.
Not good ones. %20 would be 2 seconds. I feel like that's probably gotta be worth it.
Your aura guided me to what you needed.
Just give us more health value. About to cross the threshold into 10,000 health. This is our final chance, though. Can we beat them? If we can cast it even once, I feel like the answer is yes, because we will gain 500 regen and burn them for 500. Okay, us casting even once is within question now. Or 1,000, I forgot it, crits. We gain 1,000 regen and burn for 500.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
So yeah. Okay, our weakness definitely is, though, that we could get frozen out. So maybe it's worth having other things on the board just so we can't get frozen out. We definitely have a freeze out weakness. Let's put this over for HP max and go into the shop.
Fights lately?
Nothing.
Who isn't?
2,000 damage twice, so 4k. But we don't really need the damage.
The
So
Tsar is
let's...
not kind to the weapon.
Reward the peaceful, punish the
Oh my god.
good of all.
Buy this just to...
Friend, but I'm glad you bought this.
Oh, we should have gotten those keys. The keys would have been dope, actually. Let's go for the Awakened Primordial. Yeah, that's just so much. Just so much. We have the most successful lemonade operation in the entire area. When you use a small item, haste a burn item, poison item for items. Okay, so that gives a huge, because that's way more. That's officially way more than a 20% reducer. So that skill makes it much better.
Size dilutes the brain. Mine is highly concentrated.
Okay, yeah. We want keychain.
Smart one for your size.
And we will... Adjacent items gain value equal to this item's value for the fight. This has 15 value in combat. Probably not good.
Whoever said
It's an
money
item
can't buy
or a
class
value
had
store. Okay. So this will effectively take 2 seconds off of it every time it casts. So it's like having the trumpet out.
Not for you.
And we have the keys, which are just fucking
We only
great.
want peace. Why
The
must you
keychain
trouble
is
us?
actually so good to get. The keychain is kind of game changing. Okay. 800 burns, 1600 healing. All we have to do is actually hit it.
Only so that I can study.
And we have 16,000 health. We have 5 times their HP and then some.
I have no pride for
Yeah.
the wound.
Yeah, 3k regen out of nowhere and 1500 burn. We're still vulnerable to a couple things, so I'm not gonna say we're broken yet. But we're definitely approaching the ballpark of broken. Upgrade an item? I think that might come close, because now a 9-second and 20 health per stack. Or we could do this and have 25 times. I think we have to take the second off. The lemonade stand is kind of our entire build right now. Okay, let's put you out for a second so that we can go into the shop and increase value. We're definitely buying that and then selling that. Oh, cool. Reduces its cooldown because of the diamond. Because of the diamond thing, its cooldown gets reduced. Huh. If we can get this thing to diamond, it's actually gonna be fucking crazy. We're almost at 20k HP. Actually cast faster than the key did.
This is good for the bazaar.
Sells property items. This is a property item, right? Or does it mean only items that are property, not related ones? I think we probably just... Probably makes the most sense just to go for gumballs. We have to go for a story of greatness. That wouldn't actually make us survive another fight. But I guess we do it. Fuck. It's not actually good. Okay, let's hope. Basically 2k regen per
You
cast.
should know, I'm a bit of a legend on
We
Palago.
basically double cast because these things go off within 1 second of each other.
Bring her about!
1700 burn doesn't fuck around, yeah. Actually, it's like 2k because it was only 1700 because it was reduced a little already. Okay, diamond. First time, 8 times use a weapon each fight, charge it. We don't have weapons. First time you overheal each fight, haste your items for 3 seconds. Okay. Healthy Jolt's probably pretty good because there's a good chance that my little item casts before anything else and overheals me. Economic items. Definitely go for economic items.
As shrewd as you are handsome.
Just go for the truffle. Probably not.
People first, profit 10. So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
I don't have anything that's position related, so the position of these things actually doesn't matter. You get 2.4 seconds. And it'll heal for, like, basically 200. I think we can take the Awakened District. And the Awakened District is an item that would maybe... Yeah, insane. Annihilated the Awakened District.
Not all Jabalians are pacifists.
No, let's go for the small items, because if we find keys... Oh, good one. Just buy these items to sell them. I know, we forgot to do this. Min-max. Min-maxing. The keys! 5 seconds on the keys. Nope. Nope. We might be there. That might have done it. Guys, that might have done it. That might have given us the edge we needed to be broken. 23,000 health. And we'll gain 23 or 2,400 basically. 2,400 regen 5 seconds into the fight. Not even 2.5 seconds into the fight, as long as this casts before any of their things. Yup. And boom. 2,400 healing and 1,000 burn, and boom. Okay, we might be there. We might be there. The only thing that beats us at this point is if something can stun lock us. If something can stun lock us. This is why I love Pygmalion. When you min-max a build, you min-max a build. He's spreadsheet the character. Skill upgrades might be the play. I mean, other than tiering that up, there's nothing we can really get. Yeah, we'll go for that. That's a little more health. There's no medium item we could get at this point. And I think, like, this is just crazy. 2.4 seconds, so unless they can hurt me in the first 2.4 seconds, I'm gonna just haste everything and then get this in, like, 3 seconds. 7,500 healing so quick. Let's go for the gumballs. Because they give us... I mean, look at that. 72 max HP per gumball. And we get an upgrade, so we can upgrade our pawn shop into... the diamond. Our whole board is diamond now. Our whole board is diamond. And we're officially unstoppable because the keychain is now rainbow. We have a radiant keychain. It is unfreezable, slowable, or destroyable. We will gain 3,000 healing no matter what now. 2,000 or 29,000 HP too. 29,000 HP. Yeah, 3k regen right away. Boop. And even if this is frozen, the keys can't be. So it's like the lemonade's unfreezable. We entered broken territory. We've done it. We've crossed the line from OP to broken. We're in God mode territory now. We're in God mode territory. We've crossed the 30k HP line. We've crossed the 30k HP line. The only reason to go into shops at this point is to boost the like value of this with our fucking reward card. We'll just fight the whatever's the strongest each time for the most experience boost.
You seem like a nice person. Maybe too nice.
Yeah, let's go to the bazaar. Let's get our extra experience and income just so we level up. Pygmalion skills, definitely. What do we got? First 5 times use a property each fight, haste items adjacent to it. 150. First 5 times? No, that's pretty good. We'll do that, because if we position like this, we can guarantee some ridiculous skill upgrade. Let's do that for sure. Yo, Diamond Fangs has an upgrade? Definitely Diamond Fangs. 2.1 and 4.9. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's so dumb. 2 seconds into the fight now. Shit's gonna go down. 2 seconds. The speed at which my build is operating at is so high. I'm incredibly impressed at how long they lasted, like that they weren't just instantly disintegrating. I'm very impressed by that. But also, like, I don't even know how they did. Did they have something that, like, revived them or something? No, I'm very impressed by that. Because that was the longest anyone's lived against me in a second now. I'm going to a shop. Yes.
If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy. Oh, delivery's free.
We definitely want that.
I like the exercise.
Next. There's no properties we could get, but there's also nothing we could get from these things. Oh wait, no, Julie's Cafe. Let's get the 10% extra max health for the run. And then we'll fight Morgaloth. And it's dead.
Even after all these years, my strategy is...
We're gonna hit 40k health, I think. I think pretty confidently I feel like we're hitting 40k health. Okay, there's not going to be another day, so we'll get rid of that for the room. And then we'll go for the spare change, because it's going to give us the most extra health. And then at this point, Finn giving us 5% health. I mean, yeah.
No leftovers. My kind of eater. Hey.
Get a truffle. Okay, I've never even seen this one, but cool. And boom. This is it. 42,000 health. 1,000 burn. 2,130 regen. Of course, doubled because we have like 400% crit. Wow, they have 10k health. That's impressive. It didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. Perfect win! We got the tenor! We got the tenor! We did it, boys! He got nuked so hard. I mean, he was a scary freeze build, but getting the Radiant Key, meaning their Fiery Lemonade, was basically completely unstoppable. I actually don't know... I don't know what could have lost us a fight outside of something that destroys, outside of something that can destroy the Fiery Lemonade. Like, that was the only win con for anyone against us, was destroy Fiery Lemonade. God, and we got chests so quick. we'll just open these chests. This is how you get the cosmetics. By playing, you unlock these chests, and you open them, and they get you these cosmetics. When you get duplicates, you get this orange stuff, which you can use to buy more chests. Or there's a rotating shop that also allows you to get stuff out of it. I only open the chests if I have at least 10, but that's just because I will often get so many chests. So it's just not worth it for me to do anything. And the bazaar right here is where the rotating, like, seasonal shop stuff is. Yeah. And they can cost, like, lots. Because, like, honestly, I play pretty inconsistently, and I have 3K. Some of these are really cool, too. Silver card back. I mean, that's a cool card back. Alchemist Lair. Jungle. I think you can also pay money. Yeah, you can pay money for it, but you get this stuff so easily in game. There's really no reason to pay money for it, and I don't feel that it is like it's a microtransaction purely for those who have more money than time. Because like we just played for like 2 hours and I think gained more than 1,000. So, anyway, I would play more, but we're coming up at the end of the stream. Maybe we'll play again and get through the other characters since we only played Vanessa and Pygmalion. We had pretty successful runs both times. Normally I get to, I think that could also have to do with, we didn't only just get lucky, but I think my rank, does it, oh yeah, over here, I'm like bronze right now. And I have been much higher. So, what is this, a perfect win? I know I've gotten a flawless victory on someone.
No kings, no masters.
I didn't realize there was stats on the characters like that. Oh, wait, do we? How do I have more hours logged? Oh, I hate this menu. I was just realizing I have more hours logged. I only have 76 hours, but it says I have 198 hours logged as Vanessa. Oh, don't like that. How do I just 73? I have 73 hours logged just on Dooley. Oh, there's a drop down over here. Jules, 15 hours. Mac, 40 hours. Vanessa, is it Mac? A diamond trophy is like winning without ever losing. I know I've done that once on someone, but it says I haven't, unless that's not what a diamond trophy is. I have made a win without dropping a single game. I know I have, so I'm just wondering, like, because what else would that be? I mean, I only play ranked games, so 10 wins. Definitely the most 10 wins on... I mean, I play Vanessa the most. Dooley, when I was playing at my most, also was probably, like, a little broken. But, like, I was dedicated to learning how to... Oh, yeah. I was scoring tons of 10 wins. Yeah, it makes sense. 28, only 28 runs ended by my ghost? That feels really low. Oh, actually, could this be possible? Only... Oh, is this on Just Jewels? It's got to be on Just Jewels. Dually... Oh, yeah. Okay. That was Just Jewels. I was like, how is that possible? Yeah, 12 legendaries looted, 53 runs edited by my ghost, 692 players. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Vanessa, 198 runs ended by your ghost. Yeah. Anyway, this game is really fun. It might not be the most optimal stream game. That's why I don't know if I'll play it again. But I did want to show it off at least once because it's a game I really like. It has a pretty healthy online player base. I mostly just what we were talking about it one day and looking at its player base. And it's a fun game, and I feel like I never see it talked about or mentioned at all online. So I just wanted to throw it out there because it's a game I really like. It's totally worth the play, especially because it's only $20 to start. Like, yeah, if you want the other characters, they're $20 per character, but you get 3 or 4 characters, I forget, with the base game. And then the other characters, you can still get their items and stuff. You just can't, like, they're not locked off to you. Nothing except starting as those characters is locked off from you. Their mechanics aren't, their items aren't, so it's the only way they really make money to keep putting out content and updates. And it's just been good. It's been good. I can't really, like, fault it. For what it is, it's doing such a good job, too. There's, of course, like, probably some small balance issues, but, like, again, overall, it's so good, and the potential for getting high runs, especially with your, like, with your optimization. I mean, you just saw me have an actual close to unbeatable run. Like, there was one combat situation in which I could have even theoretically lost, and it would have basically been destroy my fiery lemonade, or do 40,000 damage in one hit, which I've seen, like, instantly in one hit. Which I've seen some ridiculous hits, but I think the most I've ever actually been hit by in one nuclear bomb hit by a fast burst build is 20k. So once you're over the 20k mark, I kind of think you're un-one-shottable. Maybe you run into another build that can outlast you, but by the fact that I was both burning and healing, I don't think so. The highs of your highs are just so good, and they feel awesome when you get a OP over-optimized build out there. Anyway, night.